welcome to this yoga session to celebrate women in sport. We are going to do a short sequence that can be used either in the morning to boost your energy. We can do this sequence through the day to revitalise you if you're feeling tired, and it works really well in the evening if you want to stretch yourself out and wind down before bed. So we're going to start with just sitting comfortably, allowing yourself to breathe in and just lengthen through the spine and breathe out and ground through the base of the body. And just based on the options there, set your intention for what you want to achieve from this sequence. I'm just going to begin with stretching through the neck. So we're going to take the chin down in towards the throat pit to lengthen out the back of the neck. And then bring the head back to centre. Taking the head back, so chin up, stretching through the front of the throat. Just being careful if you're a bit tight, so making sure you're taking control of the movement. And then we're going to take the ear towards the shoulder, not the shoulder up towards the ear, lengthening out through the side of the neck. And if you want to increase the stretch, you can just bring the arm, gently pull the head, and then take the other hand down by the side of you, just to extend that stretch that bit more. Bringing the hands back onto the lap, head at centre now, and then over to the other side, ear towards the shoulder. And if you want to just bring the arm over, you can gently pull to extend that bit further, and hand down by the side to continue to lengthen through the neck. And then again, controlling that movement back to centre. You could lengthen the sequence by folding forwards at this point if you wanted, but we're going to come onto all fours and into a cat stretch. These are excellent if you want to relieve some tiredness, encourage flexibility through the spine. So in this neutral pose, we're looking for shoulders to be over the wrists and hips over the knees. Just breathing out to prepare to move, grounding through hands and tops of feet. And then we're going to backward bend as we breathe in. So you dip in the back and looking up with the head, looking right up towards where the wall joins the ceiling. And then as you exhale, keep that tummy button pulled back towards the spine as you arch the back up and tuck the chin in. I'm going to do that twice more. So nice and fluid, continuous movement, breathing in into your backward bending cat. So you're dipping the back, opening up the shoulders, pushing the heart centre forwards. Keep that tummy button tucked into the spine if you can. And then breathing out, arching the back up, tucking the chin in, looking towards the navel. And last one. So we're looking to stretch through the front of the body as we breathe in. And as you breathe out and arch the back up, really look to separate out the vertebrae and the spine. Open up through the back. And then bringing yourself back to this neutral position. Again, arms are just resting down so that your upper body loading. So that's really good for the wrists. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. So we're going to work into the toes and the leg a little bit more. So we're going to take the leg back, tuck the toes under, and look up towards the wall in front of you. Stretching through the body, and each of these positions we're going to hold for about 3 breaths. When you've done your 3 breaths, tucking the toes under, we're going to lift the legs so we've got a bit more of a balance, pushing that heel away, still looking forwards, holding that tummy button back towards the spine. Excellent. So we're going to bring ourselves now into a lunge. That means we've got to bring this leg round to the front by the side of the hand, dip into the hips so that we're stretching out through the front of the back thigh and trying to get the base of the body closer towards the floor. This is still a bit of a backward bend, so we're looking to open the chest, draw the shoulders back, open through the heart and look up. This is really good for bringing our attention outwards, so helps improve mood. We're going to come into a raised lunge now, so we're going to tuck the toes under on that back leg and lift the knee, looking down between the hands rather than forwards. And again, just working through the legs. Really feel the strength in the legs as you push down through the sole of the feet in this front foot, down through the toes in the back foot. And then from here, we're going to come into a twist as we twist towards this front leg. So we're going to rotate the body so that the chest faces the thigh and extend the arm up, stretching through the palm. And if you feel okay in the neck, you can look up towards the hand. Twists are also very revitalising, very good for your waist and improving the lung capacity that you have at the sides. I'm going to tick-tock this arm back round as though it was a hand on a clock, so it's just a bit easier on the shoulder for you. And from here we're going to come into our first downward dog. So we're going to take our leg back. If you need to move the hands back towards the feet, please do. And then you're looking to settle in the heels. So try to draw the heels down towards the floor and bring the body in line with the arms. If that's a bit difficult, you can either widen the feet or you can paddle the heels down towards the floor. But hopefully you're feeling a really good stretch there as you lengthen through the backs of the legs and the spine itself. So after our 3 breaths there, we're just going to ease the hands forwards, come down to kneel, stretch out again to bring ourselves back onto all fours. And we're going to repeat our sequence on the other side. So hopefully lots of this is going to be familiar now. So this time we're taking the other leg back, toes are tucked under, lifting our head up, 3 breaths. All of our breaths through this sequence are just even and gentle. This should give you a nice stretch through the front of the body. Pushing down through that balancing knee, we're going to lift the leg and push the heel away. Keep looking forwards if you can, stretching through the front of the body, really engaging that core, so tummy button is still tucked towards the spine. And we're going to bring our leg into our lunge position, so you've got to swing that leg forwards to meet the side of the hand, sink into the hips, open up the shoulders, open up the heart. Nice even breaths, remember. Then we come into our high lunge, so you might want to just bring the palms so that they're definitely flat, pushing down and straightening that back leg, lifting the leg so that you've got that strength and work through the legs as you hold this high lunge. This time you're looking down between the hands rather than forward so that you're not niggling the back at all. And from here we're coming into our twist. So that opposite hand stays on the floor. We can touch the chin, touch the shoulder as we extend the arm up and rotate the body to face the thigh. Look up at the hand if you feel okay in the neck. Very dynamic position. Don't worry about moving through and continually in order to get comfortable through your 3 breaths. And then we're going to tick-tock that arm back down. Hands come back to give you support to move into your final downward dog. So moving the hands back if you need to towards the feet, into this inverted V position, heels down towards the floor. But remember, if you want to paddle, 1 heel at a time, or if you want to widen the feet just to make it a bit easier to get the heels down. from here we're going to come into a plank position. So just notice how I'm going to drop my bottom down out of downward dog, but not draw it down so far that my hips are lowered to the floor in a cobra. So you're in this diagonal plank position, looking down between the hands, keeping the tummy button tucked towards the spine. So this really works the abdominal area. So it's a great abdominal posture. But also because you've got the hands doing lots of the balancing work, it's a good upper body loading posture. So it's really good for your wrists and strengthening through your arms. This is the sort of posture that you might want to repeat to extend the sequence or do on its own in order to get those benefits. So we're going to drop ourselves down now to the floor, gently placing yourself down, just sliding the forearms out in front of you. And we're going to come into Sphinx. This is just an easier version really of a cobra backward bend. So if you know what that is, to bring the hands on the floor, elbows tucked in, you could do that instead if you prefer. But this is a nice backward bend, just 3 breaths, opening up the heart. Again, backward bends are so good for improving mood, for allowing you to look outwards, appreciate the world. And then from here, we're going to draw ourselves down. Just push up gently, bottom back to the heels. Just parting the knees so that we can come into a wide pose of a child. So just stepping forwards gently, drawing the body down towards the floor, easing yourself down, working into the hips. Don't worry if the body doesn't reach the floor, if the hips feel a bit unflexible. That will improve as you do this more and more. And it's a nice inward posture if you want to drop the forehead to the floor and look down in towards yourself and give yourself a moment of reflection. And when you're ready, we're going to gently walk ourselves up. If you would like to sit in this position with your hands on your thighs, I will just bring myself back round here. And you can just give yourself a moment of stillness now, drawing the eyes closed, reminding yourself of your intention, thinking about how you feel after that practice, and thinking about something positive that you can carry with you through the day. And we'll just finish by dropping chin to chest, opening the eyes to look at yourself. We'll give ourselves a stretch up and then bring the hands in prayer position at the heart. Namaste. Thank you very much.